In 1960, a man was born to the old Bende state in present-day Edo state, and he died on March 1987 when he was 27 years old in Benin City, Nigeria, then in old Bende state. His name is Mr. Lawrence Anini. Anini was a Nigerian bandit and a terrorist who terrorized this Benin City and old Bende state. He have a side chick. I call it side chick because he's a crime partner to him. His name is Monday Osumbo. So after so many, they terrorized for a very long time. And later, Anini was captured and he was executed because of his crime. In this video, we are going to talk about what made Anini to last so long. He terrorized for a very long time before he was captured. And that is the story why Boko Haram and all sorts of terrorists in Nigeria are succeeding. The same story repeating itself again. So stay with me in this video while we dive into this. Sunday, the 3rd day of May is today, 2026. Good afternoon, everyone. I posted a video yesterday about the president of Christian Association of Nigeria in Plateau State. Remember that these people have, disassociated themselves from the main Christian Association of Nigeria. They are now part of the Northern Christian Association of Nigeria. So, someone, not even one person, I think there are two persons that reached out to me. The first person wrote me on WhatsApp and he said that I should provide him the contact of the person who made the video, like the eyewitness, the pastor. So after a few minutes of chat, I discovered that the person who said I should provide him, the information about the person who is making the video, who made the video, is a security operative. So I decided not to, even though I don't have the phone number of the man. I don't have the phone number of the man. But if I want to have the phone number of the man, it won't take me 2 hours, I will have it. So I decided not to make any move. Rather, I told him to go and, look for it. If I can look for it, you yourself can also look for it. I don't have it, you don't have it. So you don't expect me to go. I'm not your errand boy or your personal assistant. But that was coming at the time when I was discussing with, some persons. Immediately after the meeting was the time this man called. So something came into my mind. And what I was discussing with them was about Anini in the old Bende state. I am from the old Bende state. We now have Delta State and Edo State in that old Bende state. Now, there was a notorious criminal, a terrorist. His name is Anini. So Anini was terrorizing so many places. In fact, during this time this thing happened, I don't have that knowledge then. So I grew up to hear the story. I went further to study what is the reason behind Anini's strength. Because the guy was waxing strong. He was killing police, doing all sorts of things. And nobody was stopping him until the time comes when he met his Watando and he was eventually killed. So in my investigation, I discovered that there was a DSP, the rank of a police. DSP is a very high rank. His name is Ayamu, DSP Ayamu, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Ayamu. So Ayamu was working with Anini, and guess what? Let me shock you. DSP Ayamu was the operational commander in Bende State then. So he is responsible to apprehending Anini. He was supposed to kill Anini. It was his responsibility to bring Anini to book, but he did not. He was collaborating with Anini. So he will tell Anini today, you will go to this side, go to Ovie. You can go to this side to rob. You can go to, Asaba side to rob. You can go to Warri side to rob. You can go to Agbo to rob. I will send my men to this side. I will send my men to Edo South. I will send my men to Edo Central. I'm just saying Edo Central. I'm using an example. There is nothing like Edo State then. It was old Bende State, okay? So this man was playing this game. So Anini was seeing road. Pay attention, because if I tell you today that Boko Haram is seeing road, all these bandits, terrorists, they are seeing roads. These are security terms. I found it so lovely studying about Nigeria insecurity situation. I started this from 2012, right from the time Boko Haram gave Christians from the northern Nigeria ultimatum, 3 days ultimatum to leave. And after 3 days, they started killing them, United Nations had a sitting on sectarian violence against Boko Haram. You can go and verify all these things. So right from that time, I started studying what we make a terrorist activities or individuals who are terrorizing to stay strong in a society where they are supposed to be apprehended by a security operative. So I started studying not only Boko Haram, stories of people who succeeded for a very long time, like Anini. So I did that. I discovered that it was the government. And this time around, it was the DSP Ayamu that was helping Anini. But DSP Ayamu was not doing that alone. Stay with me. In my investigation, I discovered that at that time, there were people who were also in the rulership of the administration of Bende State who were collaborating with Ayamu. The executive was involved. The police was involved. So you see that there is no how you can apprehend the person. At a time, if they mistake their information, if the DSP did not even understand the movement of his boys who are looking for Anini, if he sees that they are about to apprehend Anini, he will give them call. Return to base now. Return to base now. The Anini is coming here to attack. He will use that one to deceive them. Is that not what is happening today? Sometimes if I come here to tell you about the insecurity situation in Nigeria, I am not trying to fabricate the idea or it's not what I'm thinking. Okay? It is what I know. It is what I know. You see all this Boko Haram, ISWAP, this and that. It is only active and succeeding because people in the federal level of government are washing hands with them in one plate. They are supporting them. This is what a lot of people know, okay? But I'm trying to say this and let people who still have doubt in their mind to understand. Because a lot of people sometimes will come and tell me, Okocha, these things you say, I understand that it is happening. But I'm still doubting. How can government be sponsoring people? Why they are still sending soldiers? I will just be laughing. So that is why I am telling you the story of Ayamu. I read, all this story. I studied all this history. I will call them history now. History of terrorism, of all these things in Nigeria. I studied them. So I studied them to understand that Nigeria you are seeing today, everything you are seeing about insecurity, it is government sponsored. Now, also face the southeastern part of the country. At the time, they were telling you that ESN, IPOP, we were doing this, they were doing that. I was the one coming out to also tell people that, listen, pay attention. You see that thing they are calling ESN? These are boys organized and armed by southeastern governors. I did not say allegedly. No, pay attention. I did not say allegedly sponsored. No, sponsored by southeastern governors. At a time, I was in the audience when Hopo Zodema was saying that they themselves, so it's on the record, they themselves are the one funding this, not IPOP. He also went to Channels Television to say the same thing. But they had a target. Their target was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Like, this man, we have a mandate to stop him. This man's influence is becoming too much. How can he say no election? There will be no election. This guy is trying to spoil everything. So Nnamdi Kanu was a target. So everything that was happening, they will name me ESN IPOP. Even at a time, they were taking Igbo in their hem to these people. I mean, politicians, Southeast governors. They were taking Igbo to these people in the bush. We have all these things in record. We have them in record. So government can go to any extent to do something depending on their motive. I'm making this video because a lot of people who are still thinking that a government cannot sponsor insecurity, you don't know what you are doing. You don't know what you are doing. It's either they are doing it to conquer, maybe they have a personal interest. All this terrorism have to do with personal interest of people. It could be Islamization. It could be resource control, like the people who are mining gold using insecurity, all those things. It could be to conquer territories, to impose Sharia on them, to impose this on them. There must be a motive why they are doing it. In 2015, you understand what happened. So that one was a dual concept. It's a dual concept, yeah. Based on they were bringing terrorists to destabilize Nigeria more, to oust Goodluck Jonathan, of which they succeeded. And they were also bringing these people, according to Buba Galadima on Arise News. He said they did that because of Fulani interest. And that is the sole purpose why they brought Buhari into politics. Buhari came into politics to protect the Fulani interest in Nigeria. This was said by Buba Galadima on Arise News. You know, there will be a certain extent when you will study the situation in Nigeria. So you will not be surprised what is going on. And you can also predict what will happen next based on the past antecedent. So remember DSP Ayamu, the role he played to help Anini and understand what is going on today. Nigerian politicians and Boko Haram people, all of them, they are collaborating, the soldiers, they are collaborating together. So this is the point.
And also the current chairman of Sabongari Yilpo community in Halongo local government. I am standing here to really testify about what happened, because I am not just giving story of what I was told, but I'm giving story of what happened in my presence. What really happened here is 3 days ago, we had a special attack that came specially from the Fulani terrorists. They gang against our boys that were coming from Chinmaini, and they killed some, and some were alive. So after that, definitely you don't expect us to just fold our hands and watch what was happening. So our youths tried to react to that situation. That was when now the soldiers came, that very day. So they covered them and they stopped the fight. Of course, that was their responsibility. Then the one that happened yesterday that brought the greatest challenge that we are facing now is the one that the Fulanis came again. This one, they didn't come to kill anybody, but they came for the community. And the boys were trying to repel them. Then that was where the army now came and took over the fight. They escorted them and came back to face our youths. And at the cost of that, that was what brought the casualties we're having. We have more than 10 people that were shot. I have some that are in the hospital in Jos, some are in the hospital at Mangu, and this one that you see here is the one that has already died. And we are receiving report that even one has already died already. That is in Yilpo community only. So now, what we are trying to say is we want the world to know what is happening with us. The time for us to be quiet is over. We have to speak so that the world will know that this is what we are facing. Now, where is the presence of the state government? Where is the presence of the federal government? The attack that took place yesterday took more than 7 hours under heavy gunshot. And I wonder, how can the army come with an armored car striking on the civilians? For what? Killing people, destroying houses, climbing people's houses with the armored car. Now, if I take you, I can go and show you where the houses they smash with their armored car. On what basis? Now, if it is a war, you come to settle a cause. You have to defend the peace of all the communities. You cannot take sides with one community against the other. So we felt here that we are intimidated, and the government has not come to our aid up to now. As we are talking, this man innocently was not even in the course of what was happening. He was just coming from the farm. He was just on the road that he was attacked and killed. So now, what is our fate? Where is our fate as a community? Are we not citizens of Nigeria? Are we not citizens of Nigeria that somebody will come and intimidate our lives and kill us and go free? So we are crying to the government. If it should be a government, the government should take its responsibility of taking care of the people, because the greatest role of the security of the people, the government, is to bring security to the people. Now, let me tell you, all of us, both us, our wives and our children, all of us are insecure. Even this morning we were intimidated. We never knew that we are going to even bury this body. So we are pleading for the governor to come into this situation. We are pleading for the president to see. We are going to send this, let the whole world know what is happening with us. Because when our father, Reverend Dachoma, was talking about genocide, people are saying that he is lying. Now this is life. This is life. This is clear genocide. And we are saying that if nothing is done, we can't hesitate. We can't hesitate because our life is valuable to us as anybody's life is valuable to him. And we want to thank our youths. I always praise them because if not because of these young people, all of us will not be standing here. These cops would have been laid. Even these cops yesterday for us to carry it in the night, it was not a small job. How can you kill somebody and expect the person to rot in the village? What kind of intimidation is that? So we pray that God will help us and give us peace in Nigeria.